Hello everybody and welcome back to Operation Logistics, where we are currently generating our pickup packages. But the thing that we need to do more than anything at this point, before we can generate the parcels, is we need to know what type of building information is needed here. So let's go ahead and go into our balance here. And for our building balance, we are going to need to do another header here. So header, and this is going to be parcel generation. And then we're going to go ahead and have, and I'm sorry, this is bothering me. That straight? I think that's straight. Actually, if it is, then we're uneven there. Whatever. Close enough. Okay, so what do we need here? We need to have our, essentially, chances to generate each type of parcel. So, essentially, we could do this as like a vector 4? Be a little weird. Or we could do it as a series of floats. So, public float parcel chance, public float package chance, public float crate chance, and public float shipping container chance. Okay. So there's that, and realistically, I feel like with that done, we don't need this. And then there's shipping type. Ah, yeah, shipping type here. Or rather, shipping speed. So let's do another enum here. Public enum shipping speed. And the 4 options in the business were what? Hang on. In the balance. It's in the balance, not the business. What am I talking about? It was bulk, economy, standard, and priority. Okay. So bulk, economy, standard, priority. Okay. So, like, priority would be more likely to come out from, say, a warehouse than from an apartment building. If they're shipping out from an apartment building, they'd be more likely to use economy or bulk. Okay, so, balance does not contain crate chance. Uh-huh. So you're telling me we already did this? I feel like things have changed since we did this. And I want to redo a lot of this. So we're just going to comment out all of delivery, and parcel is the new one. We have a better way of doing this now, I think. We've implemented a lot of tools and things like that we can use to do this a lot better. So let's go ahead and hop into our balance then, but we're going to need a public shipping type here, or rather shipping speed. Public shipping speed. Okay. So, shipping speed, how is this measured? Like, hexes per hour? Like, for example, if you're going to be traveling, say it's going to travel 10 hexes. If you go in bulk, it should take 10 hours to get there. If you go in priority, it should take 1 hour to get there, like 10 times faster. I mean, those are numbers I just pulled out of thin air and wouldn't really work, but you get the point. It should be based probably something around that, but we can figure that out here in just a little bit once we figure out a bit more. So in the parcel manager, we've got generate parcel. That's fine. In the balance, we've got... I think these numbers are fine to remain. However, bulk, economy, standard, and priority should probably be in the building. So, public... Whoa. Let's try that again with my fingers on the right keys. Public float. This should be bulk chance. Public float economy chance. Public float standard chance. Oops, that was a comma. Public float... Wow, I cannot type. Public float... I really can't type. Priority chance. Wow. Okay. There we go. So, I mean, these are very obvious, but let's just go ahead and do this. That is, I think, about in line. I think so. Okay, so chance of a package or of a parcel to generate as a parcel. That doesn't really make a ton of sense, but you get the idea. Chance of a parcel to generate as a package, and then chance of a parcel to generate as a crate, obviously. And then shipping container here would be the same thing, chance of a parcel to generate as a shipping container. And then here it's going to be the same thing. Chance of a parcel to generate as a as bulk speed. And then the same thing here, obviously. Chance of a parcel to generate as economy speed. Chance of a parcel to generate as standard speed. And finally, chance of a parcel to generate as priority speed. And then we should have one more. Public float create parcel chance. And this would be chance of a parcel to generate per hour. Just at all. Chance of it to exist. Per hour? Yeah, per hour. Okay, so we need to go through our building prefabs in here. And yes, I am aware that this is... We'll just, for now, return null. Just so that it'll compile. Because we need it to compile so that we can go into our building prefabs and set up these numbers. Okay, let me turn that down just slightly further because I'm always a little paranoid about that volume. But that seems too low. I mean, maybe it's because it's fading out. But let's go into our prefabs here in our buildings. So we've got building none. Where are our building balances? Is that in here? Yes. Okay. So, for generic, there's no chance of generating a parcel. For the post office, well... Hang on. These are all our buildings. There should be no chance of generating a parcel for any of these. So let's go ahead and go into the balance, and rather than having this be titled buildings, we will have it be layer buildings. And then down here, we will do a new header, and this will be like NPC buildings. It's not really NPCs, but AI buildings. It's not really AI. We'll just call it NPC buildings. Okay, so for that, we can just go ahead and, let's see, we've got roads, rural, and urban. So we don't currently have building types for those in the get building balance from type. So we're going to need that. But let's just go ahead and hop in here. There's so many road types. Roads can be a generic building, though. That's fine. They can't spawn anything. So then, only the things that can spawn things should be considered here. So, like, barns, can they spawn things? I mean, theoretically. So, like, barns and farmhouses would be fine. So let's come up here and do public building balance. Farm, barn for rural, farmland, and then for forest, clearings can't spawn anything, so that's fine to return generic, but cabins can, so only cabins, actually. Public building balance cabin. Okay. And then in town, once it compiles, no, not forest, in town, we've got house, plant, store, and that's it. So house, plant, and store. And all three of those can generate things. So public building balance, house, plant, store. Okay. And that's rural done. So now for urban. In the commercial, we've got mall and warehouse. Isn't there a third? I feel like there's a third somewhere. Oh, right, we're gonna need to move barn down here because it has NPC buildings multiple times. I feel like there's a third in commercial, though. We've got mall, warehouse, and I think it generates store as well. Let's see, where is that? Is that in World Hex? So, like, here? Where would that be? No, I think that'd be in the Hex Manager, actually, maybe. Like, the sub-Hex? Like, the building Hex Manager. Yeah, here we go. Here's the prefabs. So, urban prefabs. Yeah, storefront is just building store. So we'll just use this list over here as our authoritative one. So public building balance, and this will be, we'll just do apartment, duplex, and upscale housing. Public building balance. Wow, typing is very, very difficult this morning, apparently. This will be a warehouse, mall, and store. And, well, this would be storefront. And then public building balance, factory, brewery, and utility. And we're going to need to create new meshes and make it look a lot prettier later on. But that's not the priority right now. So there's our NPC buildings there, and we're going to need to be able to return these as well. So there's that. So I guess we can get started on that. That's going to take a little bit of time. Case building type dot farmhouse, return farm. What's next? Barn, cabin. Case building type dot barn, return barn. Case building type dot cabin, return cabin. Okay, and what's next? Houseplant store. Case building type dot house, return house. No, not a colon, a semicolon. Case building type dot plant, return plant. Case building type dot store, return store. Case building type dot, what's next? Apartment duplex upscale housing. Apartment complex, return apartment. Case building type dot duplex, no, not dockyard, duplex, return duplex. And then case building type dot upscale housing, return upscale housing. Excellent. What's next? Warehouse mall storefront. Case building type dot warehouse, return warehouse. Case building type dot, I've forgotten. Mall. Mall and storefront. Mall, return mall. Case building type dot storefront, return storefront. Okay. And then finally, factory, brewery, utility. Case building type dot factory, return factory. Case building type dot brewery, return brewery. That should be a semicolon. And case building type dot utility, no, not upscale housing, utility, return utility. And then it'll return the generic one if it's not any of those. So if it's a road, if it's a forest, if it's a clearing, whatever, it'll return generic. Those aren't capable of generating packages anyway. So there we go. We now have that capability, and we now need to go through all of our balance in here on all of these NPC buildings and create ourselves some chances here. So demolition cost is something we're going to have to put in on all of them. The default demolition cost is 300, but maybe we should vary that up a little bit. Anyway, it's time for me to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we will be working on putting in these new balances. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.